This latest Nintendo Switch eShop sale has some massive deals, and today I'm breaking down 13 must-see offers across the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Plus, stick around, more details on last week's giveaway winners coming up, and a new giveaway to announce. Let's dive in. So first up, Crisis Core. It's now 50% off, matching its lowest price, and this action RPG is a prequel to Final Fantasy VII, and I think it gets a lot right on the Switch. First, it looks and runs great on the system, and I found it more fun than I remembered. While it can get repetitive, the hack and slash combat in this spin-off is a blast, and then the story has you investigating the disappearance of soldier operatives alongside Sephiroth. This remaster then brings a visual upgrade, new soundtrack arrangements, full voice acting in English and Japanese, and also some tweaks to the battle system. I thought this game was worth the full price, so at this price it's an easy recommendation, and you can find my review below. Beyond Good and Evil, a 20th anniversary edition, is now 20% off, which yes, is a smaller discount, but it's also the first time we've seen it on sale. I'll be honest as well, I haven't finished it yet on Switch, but I've been chipping away at it, and there are plenty of reviews out there, and I've confirmed no major game-breaking issues or anything along those lines. Now, from what I've played, I've been impressed with how smoothly it runs, and sure, the visuals, they still show their age. You know, it's a HD upgrade after all, but it is a nice upgrade and it's worth replaying or playing for the first time. Now, for those that may not know, you play as Jade, armed with a fighting stick and a camera, exploring, fighting creatures, infiltrating dangerous areas, solving puzzles, racing hovercrafts and capturing it all on film. It's got a great cast and it is a classic for a reason. A quick note then, as always, we do have two $10 eShop gift cards to give away in next Saturday's video. To enter, drop a comment down below. Then later in this video, as I said, we're going to be announcing the two $10 eShop gift card winners from last week's video, as well as the winner for a copy of Besiege. Also, if you are enjoying this video, do us a favour and subscribe. That helps the channel a huge amount, by far the easiest way to support us. UnMetal is now 75% off, matching its lowest price. This is the second time we've seen it at this discount. Now, this game is a gem and a love letter to the early Metal Gear days, but with a great sense of humour kind of packed in to wrap it up. Now, you play as Jesse Fox, who's been wrongly imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. Now you've got to escape. Expect here a mix of stealth and combat as you do make your way out. Along the journey then, you'll gain experience, unlock new skills, and encounter plenty of nods to classic games. Now, without giving too much away here, it's just packed with references, and it doesn't just stick to Metal Gear influences, it goes beyond that in some really fun ways. It got solid reviews at launch, and they were well deserved, especially if you're into stealth action games with almost a retro twist. And if you want to see my personal impressions, didn't cover it on SwitchCorner, but I did do an hour playthrough of the opening over on Game Corner, which I will be linking down below. 30XX is now 40% off, marking a new low price. This game is a fantastic homage to Mega Man, a character that, quite frankly, just doesn't get enough love these days. What sets 30XX apart though is its blend of classic action platforming with roguelike elements. As you do progress though, expect to face tough boss encounters and incredibly challenging levels. Thankfully, the control scheme and the overall design here are spot on to allow you to succeed. The game also supports some local and online co-op, and thanks to procedurally generated levels, no two runs are ever the same. It is a perfect pick for anyone who loves a tough, replayable action platformer with a retro vibe, and even the first game, 20XX, fantastic, and if you haven't checked that one out either, I recommend both. Tactics Ogre Reborn is now 50% off, matching its lowest price. I did a preview of this one on the channel, I'll link it below. It's based on the 2010 release, and this tactical RPG features updated graphics, sound, and refined gameplay elements, such as the removal of randomized battles on the world map. You go to a specific point now to kind of implement those fights. The game though tells a great story throughout. It dives into everything from vengeance to civil war, and the combat takes place on these three-dimensional battlefields, and it looks really impressive. While there is admittedly then a bit of a learning curve with the experience, the tactical gameplay is incredibly addicting once you do get into it, and I for one couldn't put it down. Great price here too for a lot of gameplay. Fate EXTELLA Link is now 70% off, marking a new low price. If you're an action fan, this is a Dynasty Warriors style experience, so if you've enjoyed games like Age of Calamity or the core Warriors series, it is definitely worth a look. There are actually two Fate games like this on the Switch. The first one, Fate EXTELLA The Umbral Star, that's also on sale, a new low at 65% off. And I will say here, both games are a blast, but I did find Link to be the better of the two. This game as well, the story is pretty wild, and while I didn't know much about, I guess, this universe, I still managed to get through it and enjoy it. What really impressed me though was the combat, multiple playable characters, huge locations to explore, even 4v4 online battles. Plus it looks great on the Switch as well, which is always a bonus. And yeah, if you're into this style of gameplay, it's one of my favourites in the Dynasty Warriors genre. The Payola Beyond is now 60% off, marking a new low price. I've reviewed this one on the channel, you can find that in the pinned comment below. This is a survival game set in an era where boats were the primary mode of transportation, and the story follows the Temperance, a sister ship to the Viscount, which mysteriously disappeared 5 years earlier on an expedition to find the magnetic south. Now you're aboard the Temperance, setting out to uncover what happened. This is a menu-intensive survival game where your goal is to keep the crew alive after disaster strikes. The game excels with its world building and fantastic cast, making the decision-making here just incredibly challenging. You'll face threats though like mutiny, sickness and death, all of which are real concerns in this harsh environment. It's not an easy game, but it's well worth your time if you do enjoy those kind of deep strategic survival experiences. SteamWorld Dig 2 is now 90% off, marking a new low price, but this deal ends soon, so if you do want it, jump on it. At the time of this video going live, you've got less than 48 hours to decide if you do want to jump in. Now, released back in 2017, this game is considered a modern classic, blending platforming, mining, and a dash of Metroidvania. The digging mechanic is incredibly satisfying. It adds a really unique layer to the exploration, and along the way you'll encounter combat, traps, treasures, and uncover the truth behind tremors below the surface of this town. The game also features some fun abilities to unlock, and it is a stunning title, especially in handheld mode. It is easily one of my favourites to play on the go. Shogun Showdown then is a new release. This is its first sale at 35% off. I actually reviewed it on the channel this week, and if you are a fan of roguelike deck builders, this one is a must play. It features turn-based combat where your goal is to defeat the Shogun. While it's not deep on story, the gameplay is incredibly unique. You'll need to monitor enemy attack patterns and movement while unleashing attacks in a single lane. It is harder than it sounds, but highly replayable. Now on that note, it's been a busy week for the channel, so if you're interested, we've also covered Lollipop Chainsaw, Iron Meat, a preview of Reynardus, which ended up with disappointing reviews unfortunately, the Karate Kid Street Rumble, and 10 reasons you can't miss this game, and that one you should definitely check out. I'll link all of those videos down below, maybe head there after this video. Our eShop gift card winners then, that's two $10 eShop gift cards. They are going to Tim, who highlighted Tinykin, and Jess, who highlighted Metal Angry Birds, which I definitely appreciated. Congrats both, email me for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below to enter in next week's giveaway. SD Gundam Battle Alliance is now 70% off, marking a new low price. Interestingly, one of the most popular videos on the channel, it was based on the demo for this game, which you can still download and try before spending any cash. Always a good thing to see. Now in this action RPG, you control a squadron of mobile suits and pilots from Gundam history as you battle to correct twisted timelines in the world of G Universe. While it can be repetitive and the cutesy visual style might not appeal to everyone, it's a game I've enjoyed jumping into for short bursts. Now I've actually completed it and it covers a massive amount of series history, which I do think fans will love. Breaker 4 is actually a recent release, that's on my list next, need to check it out still, but if the style isn't for you with this one, maybe look to that new release. It focuses heavily on combat and customization, but probably with a style that will fit more, I guess, preferences. Star Ocean, the second story R, is now 30% off, matching its lowest price. This is a fantastic remake of a classic, weaving together a great story with solid gameplay. You're going to follow a cast who get caught up in a cosmic conflict that explores themes of destiny, survival, and the clash of civilizations. The graphics are stunning, and this is actually a full rebuild. It brings these unique alien landscapes to life, just incredible detail. The updated audio then is just as special, capturing the magic of the original while modernizing it. And on top of that, the remake introduces new gameplay mechanics and refined combat, making it even better than before. Now, I actually featured this in a recent video a couple of weeks back, 25 essential Nintendo Switch games. Going to be linking that down below because I had some fun with it, didn't just go with the obvious picks, try to go a little bit more obscure, and I think that was definitely reflected by a few of the reactions in the comments, you know, like sue me for not just listing the same old first-party Nintendo games, because we all know them, we've seen those videos 1,000 times before. The winner of the copy of Besiege, then it's going to Bibes. Congrats on the win, email me for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win one or two $10 eShop gift cards in next week's video. NieR Automata is back on sale then, matching its lowest price at 50% off. This game is an absolute masterpiece, and the Switch port here is fantastic. While it's an action RPG at its core, NieR Automata blends multiple genres, frequently shifting kind of perspectives. Think the typical third-person to top-down sequences to bullet hell encounters. It just constantly challenges your expectations. One thing to note as well, when you hit the credits for the first time, that's really just the beginning. No spoilers here, however, but trust me, there is so much more to experience after that. The story follows mankind though as they flee to the moon after being attacked by invaders, machine life forms, and you'll play as 2B, an android soldier in a newly organized military force fighting to take back Earth. Now, I do want to quickly add as well here, Square Enix have a massive sale on right now, pretty much their entire library, so maybe head to the eShop and search for Square Enix, just tons going on there. And that is the video down. What will you be checking out this week? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to check out something else from the channel as well, I've got plenty of videos in the pinned comment for you all. But I'd recommend either 10 reasons you must play this upcoming action RPG next, or maybe 25 essential Switch games, both on screen now. You know you want to. Alright, so with that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.